Hello, and thank you for watching this short video on utilizing best practices in special education evaluations. My name is Dr. Peter Thompson, a licensed practicing school psychologist and national author. I will be your narrator for this presentation series. In all special education evaluations, there are two primary considerations. The first consideration involves the legal requirements and legal guidelines for special education. Federal law is clear that all special education teams must use a variety of methods in their evaluation of students for a host of disabilities, such as learning disabilities, ADHD, social emotional disorders, and more. Next, school teams and professionals are directed to ensure that their evaluations are sufficiently comprehensive and account for several relevant factors that may impact a student's educational access to the curriculum. The next major consideration involves best practices related to current scientific and expert foundations. For example, most special education issues that teams identify, such as learning disabilities, are actually neurological problems or brain-based issues. Next, all professional experts agree that data collected in an evaluation must use a variety of sources and methods. To help ensure that special education teams are in alignment with legal and best practices, professionals are highly encouraged to use the Thompson-Sousa model of assessment, sometimes referred to as the three-factor model. The three-factor model ensures a comprehensive evaluation because it uses a variety of sources and methods, such as formal methods, informal methods, and semi-formal methods. Let's talk about the first leg of the assessment triad, the formal methods area. Most school professionals are aware of common formal methods, as they entail standardized cognitive assessments or achievement tests. Standardized tests typically have strict standardization and interpretation protocols. Results are provided in standardized psychometric scores, and these tests require to have a professional license to administer. The benefits of standardized tests are that they can specifically define the problem area. They can provide information on the extent or degree of the problem. And finally, they are scientifically validated and can be easily defended in court. However, formal methods have several drawbacks. For example, they are very expensive and sometimes costing thousands of dollars to purchase. They are time-consuming and complex to administer. And finally, they can be very difficult to interpret. The next leg of the three-factor model of assessment is the informal methods area. Again, most professionals know what informal methods are, but many times they may not use these very important sources of information in their evaluation. Informal methods are generally qualitative, but also they may entail a review of test data and previous records. Informal methods may entail observations in the classroom, at the playground, or in the lunchroom. And informal methods may not need a special education license to use or follow strict standardization procedures like formal methods do. Primary benefits of informal methods are many. For example, informal information can validate results found by other assessment methods. They can be just as important as formal data. And finally, informal methods takes into account several environmental factors. But just like other methods, there are some drawbacks to informal assessments. For example, these methods may be prone to observer bias. They may not be as defensible in court as other methods due to their subjective nature. And finally, some informal methods can be very time-consuming to gather. The last leg of the assessment triad involves semi-formal methods, which most professionals either don't know much about or don't employ consistently in their special education evaluations. Semi-formal methods combines the best aspects of both formal and informal methods. The most common type of semi-formal methods are simple rating scales. These methods allow for semi-structured formats that are flexible in nature and promote follow-up questioning. And as mentioned, they are a hybrid of both formal and semi-formal methods. Benefits of semi-formal methods are many. For example, semi-formal methods use several different raters. Therefore, they capture many different perceptions of a student and his or her problems. Many of them are highly time efficient and very quick to give. And some semi-formal methods are very easy and quick to score. While there are drawbacks to semi-formal methods, they appear to be fewer than other methods. For example, they can't be used as standalone assessments. They must be combined with other sources of information to be in alignment with best practices. Once you have collected detailed data from each of the three legs of the three-factor model of assessment, it is important to integrate all streams of information to create a comprehensive, robust, and clear picture of the student and his or her problems. Typically, most, but not all data streams will confirm each other in this analysis process. For example, formal methods should indicate concerning scores on standardized tests. Informal data streams should reveal that the student has difficulties at school relative to his or her peers. And finally, semi-formal information methods should reveal rating scales from many teachers and several parents as elevated or concerning. Because most school professionals already know what formal and informal methods are, let's take a deeper dive into the critical third leg of the assessment triad. The reason semi-formal methods are critical is because they are very easy to use, but often neglected in special education evaluations. Rating scales provide a voice to all stakeholders, which is necessary for a true 360-degree view of the student and his or her problems. It assures a comprehensive evaluation that is required by law and best practices. Finally, semi-formal methods are generally inexpensive to purchase and to use in an evaluation. While professionals are certainly free to purchase and use any method they want, and this presentation is not being directive, it is highly recommended that professionals use NeuroEd assessments and rating scales because they are highly effective, and there are very few rating scales on the commercial market that fulfill the criteria of semi-formal methods. For each of our 8 easy-to-use rating scales, there are 3 versions practitioners can use. These versions are staff, parent, and student versions, which provides a robust 360-degree view of the student and accounts for all perspectives in an evaluation. We have effective and easy-to-use rating scales related to broad social emotional issues, executive functioning rating scales, an ADHD rating scale, anxiety rating scales, depression assessments, memory, processing speed, and finally, social emotional learning programs. NeuroEd rating scales are extremely easy to use. Simply give at least 2 or more rating scales to a child's teachers or staff, 1 rating scale to the parents, and 1 to the student, which can be given for a child to complete or it can be administered as a semi-structured interview. Rating scales are completed in less than 5 minutes and then collected. If the majority of the forms illustrate scores of 4 or 5, the problem area is easily identified and adds to your body of evidence. Critical to our mission in service to others, it is important to know that the creators of the NeuroEd family of products are not some big impersonal business or testing company. We are one of you, practitioners working in a public school or private practice, We know what teachers and staff want because we are one of you. To purchase any NeuroEd product, simply go to our website at NeuroEd.test.com, noted in blue at the lower left-hand side of this slide. Here you will be able to view more information about each rating scale and download the products you want. Again, you only purchase what you need. Thank you, and thanks for supporting our mission to better the lives of the children we serve. If you have any questions, please reach us at our website or go to NeuroEd.test@gmail.com.